Secretary to the Government of the Federation,
can you please have our next? Honorable Ministers and President, Director General, Department of State Services, Royal Majesties.
I like to do is take us down the memory lane as an administration when we came. What is the position in terms of the three things we identified: security, economy, and fighting corruption? How far has this administration performed? The people from the Northeast, although we are represented by the Emir of Bauchi, but I was expecting the Sheikh of Borno to be here. He would have told you the correct story. And people from the South, they would have known what we have achieved as an administration. But in the Northwest, virtually the same people, the same culture, stealing each other's cattle or whatever, killing each other, burning their villages. As a result of that, we had 4 hours meeting of the Security Council. That is Minister of Internal Affairs, Minister of Defense, Service Chiefs, Chief of Defense Staff, Inspector General of Police, and the rest of them. And nearly, we gave them clear instructions. One thing that got to the press, which I read myself, was that anybody with AK-47 should be shot, because AK-47 is supposed to be registered and is only given to security officials. We closed the borders, for how many years? But the intelligence report I'm getting on a daily basis, those who are conducting the abduction, the killing and so on, still don't seem to be short of arms and ammunition. I see how they attacked police stations, killed the police, ransacked the armory and the magazine. Look at what happened during these answers. What happened to Lagos? I have to dispatch all the ministers. I say constitutionally is what the government is asked to do. There must be one person at least from each state to be in the Executive Council. I ask them to go back to see the governors, to see you, traditional institution, to see ordinary politicians, and then especially to see the youth and tell them that the federal government is saturated, the state government is saturated, the local government is saturated, and nobody will bring a kobo to invest in Nigeria if they keep on making Nigeria insecure. I said that message must be told to the youth. But respectfully, I would say your appointments are terminal appointments. We, the politicians now, we come and go. But most of you are there until you go finally. So really, I do not envy you very much, because you find yourself where you cannot go out. You have to remain where you are. That was why when 2 governors of Ondo and Oyo State rushed me when there was this crisis in several of the forests, I said, go back. After leaving secondary school, I joined the military from second lieutenant to general, and I knew during those processes, in each local government and in each locality, there is a security council. The traditional leader there institution, whichever police officer at whichever level will be there. And then if there are herders or people from other areas which are non-indigenous, they are part of it. This committee was throughout Nigeria. And they used to report up to the state governor. And then the state governor, if there is something more serious, he brought it to the president. I say, go and resuscitate the security apparatus. The traditional rulers leaders cannot go away from wherever they are. So they are permanently in that committee. And then cattle rearers or business people or whatever, like what caused the problem in Southwest recently, they are representing those committees. And of course the Nigerian police will be there. So that security issues are tackled appropriately at every level. Now we have relaxed. Anything that happens, somebody will run to the presidency. Have tried to mention what we are doing. We are going to be very hard on the criminals. The service chiefs have been changed. The ones that succeeded them have been in the system. They know what is wrong. They know the constituencies. They know the people. I said, confidence must be restored in governance within the next 6 weeks. Otherwise, we may be starved because people may not go back to their farms. They have been chased away from their farms. Their houses have been burnt. Their animals have been taken away from them, so they don't even mind dying. But what I said, we have to state confidence within the next 6 weeks in people, so that people can go back to their land, produce what we will eat. I thank you very much. I know your position. I said it's not a very ambitious one. We have a problem, but I assure you we are doing our best. Our best hasn't proved to be good enough, but we are getting desperate. And we have given the orders to the military especially. In 6 weeks' time, I want to see a difference. As I said, I don't envy your position. I wish all of us the best of luck. Thank you very much. Now.
Yes, thank you. We thank Allah, the Almighty, for giving us life and time to come here this afternoon. We requested to see His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief, President of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, by some representatives of the Council of Traditional Rulers of Nigeria from all the 6 geopolitical zones of this country, that is Northeast, Northwest, North Central, Southeast, Southwest, and South-South. Each zone was represented by 3 members of Transition Council. Purposely, we came here to commensurate with His Excellency, Mr. President, on the happenings, especially the banditry activities, killing, kidnapping, destruction of lives and property within the country. We discovered that this situation is getting too much on our people, on our land, on our culture and tradition. So we feel, as traditional leaders, we are very much close to our people. We know their feelings, and we know what is happening to them. And also, we appreciate the efforts the government is also making to actually checkmate these challenges. However, there are much more expectation on how to secure life and properties in this country. So we gather ourselves and feel that yes, there's need for us to come and let Mr. President know that the situation is telling very hard on our people. And there's need to take an urgent and immediate steps to actually check the situation. We narrated stories of this banditry, kidnappings, killings here and there, destruction of properties to Mr. President, as we see it in our domain, or as we get information from where we are. Then we want to put our heads together and request Mr. President to consider putting us in a position whereby we can directly or indirectly help the situation to curtail this excessive insecurity activities from the bands of whatever. Having given each zone represented time to address the meeting, Mr. President also asked the security agents to respond, and also he responded by giving us some assurances on the plans already put on the ground to checkmate all these insecurity challenges. And also, he requests from us to go back to our domain and ensure we garner our traditional and cultural outfits in terms of securing our respective domains, which we have been doing and will continue to do. So the assurance given to us includes, yes, the need to increase the strength of the security agents, to give them more equipment so they can perform their duty to the best of our abilities. And we, on our part, will intensify our ground and ensuring we gather intelligent information that the security agents will use to carry out their duties respectively. Because we know our people, we know how they live, we know their style of life. So, in our part, we'll do our utmost best to see that we open our eyes and also tell our people that security is everybody's baby. Everybody must wake up, must be very much alert and ensure that we put our houses in order. So at the end of this visit, we feel that yes, something is going to happen very soon in the line of checkmating the insecurity challenges we have in this country. Something in the area of more men, more personnel on the ground, in the area of more equipment, because we discover that the threats now, I mean the bandits or whatever, insurgents or terrorists, the weapons they are using are not like normal weapons or maybe old weapons. They are using sophisticated weapons. Sophisticated weapons that can go kilometers. So, in such an incident, the security agents also need much more stronger weapons to challenge the existing weapons used by the bandits. So at that point, we feel confident and then hopeful that something will be done within the shortest possible time. Thank you, and God bless.
His Royal Highness has just spoken with regards to the meeting or the interaction we just had with His Excellency the President. The purpose of today's meeting with Mr. President is to hear from the National Council of Traditional Rulers of Nigeria, and basically they are here on a specific mission, precisely to see Mr. President and the heads of the relevant agencies, MDAs, on behalf of their subjects who are increasingly in a state of agitation, panic, fear, apprehension, mistrust. The traditional rulers feel that they have a responsibility to these people who are gradually being alienated and who feel that something has to be done with urgency to restore their various domains back to normalcy. It is a good thing that they have come forward to express, frankly, the concerns of their people and to request that government looks for a way of working hand in hand with the traditional rulers. We appreciate their concerns, and we are also hopeful that the complementarity amongst us will lead to something very positive. Mr. President has already given his assurances to the royal fathers that government is not going to sit and wait for the situation to degenerate further. He's already given marching orders to the new service chiefs. On our own part, what we want to do is to have further engagements with the traditional rulers who are supposed to be the link between government and the grassroots, the people who are their subjects in all parts of Nigeria. And without doing that, things become more complicated. We need them as much as they need us. We need to hear from them. We need to get their own ideas so that whatever government is doing, whatever structures we've put up, we can be able to work with what we get from the traditional institutions. Because primarily one of the greatest concerns we have in dealing with these insurgents, bandits, kidnappers, etc., is human intelligence. I said that earlier today. Human intelligence for now is perhaps the most appropriate tool that we need to deal with this situation. Already things are very, very bad. It is not as if the president is oblivious of the situation. Right now, our landscape is saturated with bands of freewheeling, bloodthirsty criminals seeking every opportunity at their disposal to go out on a spree of murder. And this is something that we want to stop. Mr. President has reiterated that we are going to be hard in getting the results we desire. He's not pretending about anything. We may look at other issues eventually, but for now he has given directives to all the defense and security organs of government to go after these people and put out this fire with the urgency it requires. It is a good thing that the new service chiefs already have understood their brief, and they are already out there in the various parts of the country where they have their operational elements, and they are already talking with them. As I speak to you now, they're in the southeast, they've been to the southwest. Now for our own effort with the traditional institution, in a couple of days, I will convene a meeting. And that is at the behest of Mr. President. I will convene a meeting with our royal fathers who would have had enough time to marshal whatever points they have so that our own issues that we're going to present to them will also be discussed. So the meeting will take place.